All eyes on Doge. Big run up to the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up to the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.60. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Friday. Doge dump day today. Yes. 13-cent Doge. We did have a dip all the way down to like 13.3, 13.4 right there. And we thought maybe we'd get a little rally with the stock market. And it started coming back and it looked like, all right, we're doing all right. And then this afternoon, just not happening. So, you don't always get the price you want. Sometimes you just get the price you get. So Brian bought at 13.6. Well, that's looking like a pretty good price. But I don't know if we're out of the woods yet. We're just not out of the woods yet. Let's take a look. Well, of course, if we look at the top 10 cryptos, Doge is still number 9, right? Still number 9. Not going anywhere. Still a top 10 coin. 1 Doge equals 1 Doge. Remember that always. So we have that. Mr. Tom Crown had some interesting posts, like my portfolio a month ago and my portfolio today. So we're all there. There's no doubt. We are all there. Yeah. It is what it is. So now instead of complaining about it, it's like, okay, so what are you going to do about it? Because we had all the complaints, right? All week long, we had the complaints. So today, stop your complaining. And now let's talk about strategy. What are you going to do about it, right? Now, a lot of us are just going to hodl through. We don't have any more dry powder to buy anymore. So we're just riding it through and wondering, is there still a little something left in 2025, right? So Tom says, look, it's only been 45 days. 45 days ago, Bitcoin hit a record high, 126.2. Remember that? And then we had the October 10th dump, a record $19.2 billion in crypto liquidations. Tom says it's Trump threatens 100% tariff on China. And I say, yeah, but CZ and Binance may have a little something to do with that as well. We had the October 30th, US and China reaching a trade deal. But there was a big dump going into that. And then we had crypto liquidations resuming on November 3rd. And then we had crypto liquidations resuming on November 13th. And now here we are, November 20th and 21st, more crypto liquidations. Billions, my friends, overnight, $2 billion more of crypto liquidations. Have they got it all yet? Because there's a lot of shorts building up and they should go after those shorts like James Wynn. They should go get him. But alas, here we are. Tom's not done yet. Bitcoin is testing the bottom of the Ichimoku cloud for the first time in 4 years. That is the signal of the bottom of a bear market, is what that is. Now, I don't do Ichimoku clouds, and you know how I am with technical analysis, but for the first time in 4 years, the Bitcoin price is hitting the bottom of the Ichimoku cloud? It's like, what? Hey, for people who are into that kind of stuff, just saying. Crypto rovers like Bitcoin short-term holders, unrealized profit and loss, and guess what? There's a lot of holders that are now in the red. And we're all here, right? Because we've been buying. And as we've been buying, well, the price is up. Now, I only bought Bitcoin when it was 125. I did not buy it when it was 126. I did not buy anymore. For those that don't know, that was only $10 worth, but it was fun at the time. Back here in August, right? We had that peak right up to 125, and I bought right at the top. I still have that $10 worth of Bitcoin. I didn't buy anymore. And still not buying, at least not right now. We'll see what's going on. My Dogecoin is still in the green. My overall Bitcoin portfolio average is still in the green. It's really just the Bonk and the Pepe I'm down on, and a few others, but still green on most. Vivek says, look, how many times has it been over? It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. Is it over? I mean, is it over? Because could this be just another test, right? Another dip before going higher? That we don't know. Now, the confirmation of a bear market to me was in, right? Because what did I say on Monday, right? Broke below the 50-week moving average. And then I said, once it gets below that, what's going to be the next move? And we looked at what happened in 2021, and the week after was actually in the green, and Bitcoin closed above the 50-week moving average, before then the following week going back in the red and then closing below. And then we went into the end of 2021 and into 2022, full bear market. Well, on Monday, we were below the 50-week moving average, and Tuesday moved lower, and Wednesday moved even lower, and Thursday moved even lower, and now we're even lower again. That's pretty much bear market stuff there. But is it over? So you guys will get a little kick out of this, but I did some booting already today. Not you guys in the chat. You guys are cool. No, these are on the comments. There were some guys that just in the comments on this morning's video, and I was just like, I've heard enough of you. Same old crap. You have nothing to offer constructive, just being a troll. And so I did 3 boots. I did 3 boots just from comments on this morning's video, because I was just, I'm done with you. I'm just dumb. It's the same lame old stuff that just doesn't add anything to the conversation. You're out. You're out. So that happened. And one of those guys usually comes here in the chat too. Yeah, you won't see him anymore. You won't be seeing him. Nothing to offer. So look, this is the chart of the liquidations, shorts and longs, from the 1st of October to today. You notice anything funny about this chart? What sticks out to you on this chart? These are the dollar values of the liquidations over the past 2 months. Does anything really stick out here? Might be somewhere around October 10th, perhaps. I mean, look at that. Now, you can't tell me that was just random. And you've heard me say it before. Manipulation, Bitcoin, CZ. Someone else in the comments was like, why are you blaming CZ? He got a pardon by Trump. And I was like, not after he did the damage, right? Which is what totally messed up this entire October, November, end of the bull cycle, was this. Could not have been predicted, was not predicted, but that's what did it. And since then, it's just been fear, FUD over and over again. And we've had liquidations after liquidations after liquidations. And the market makers and exchanges are still in control, driving the price down, taking out more leverage where they can, because the degen gamblers just don't stop. So another $2 billion overnight, all on the longs. So we'll look at the charts in just a minute. But there's good news out there. Because the one thing this morning, one of the Fed chairs was speaking somewhere and he said, you know, we should do a rate cut or something like that, right? And guess what happened? We had Polymarket do a complete flip, orange to blue, right? The blue is no cut. The orange is a 25 basis point cut. And earlier this week, it had flipped where no cut had come all the way up to 76% for no change. And then it just completely flipped. And now a 25 basis point cut is at 66%. It just did a complete flip just because one of the governors, right, one of the board guys said, yeah, we should do a cut. And Polymarket just flipped. So, but that's not till December 19th, or no, December 9th and 10th. I think the 10th is the Wednesday. So yeah, we got a little ways to wait here before that comes. We do have a Dogecoin ETF, which is going to start trading on Monday. Now, there was this 21 shares thing. We looked at that yesterday. That was a 2x leveraged thing. And I'm just like, no, we don't need that. We don't need a leverage. It's dumb. We want the real 21 share spot Dogecoin ETF. Why do they have to do the leverage crap? I don't know. And then I haven't heard about Bitwise yet. So that's coming as well. So those are all good things. And of course, we've got the wild card, Elon and X Money and all of that I've been talking about. So there's still some good news. So is it over? Is it really over? So I'm starting to question it. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe this is just a mini bear market, like a 2-month mini bear market. In December, we're going to be back going higher again. I'm kind of get the feeling that might actually happen. I think that might actually happen. So yes, the heat map. Sure. Here's what we got right now. 24 hours, right? And we can look at the liquidations over 24 hours. And it's now down to 1.8 because it was a little quiet this afternoon, or not as crazy as it was before. So now over the 24 hours, it's down to 1.8 total. And then Dogecoin, it's $28 million just on Dogecoin. I mean, is there anything else to see on the heat map? I'm sure there's going to be some new leverage longs down there because there always are. The gamblers don't go away. See, there's one right there. $73 million right there. They don't stop. They don't stop. And that's like 83,250. That's easy to pick at that. And then down here at 80,200 is another almost $50 million. So that's just on Binance alone. But yeah, look at the shorts. They can come up here and they get these shorts, 86,000 up to 88,000. Lots of money up there. They should go get that. They should really go get that. It's useless to say bull or bear, Zena. I mean, the market is what it is, right? Yeah, look at the Doge. There's some big Doge yellow bars down here. 13.5, 13.58, 13.59. There's like 3 million. That's like $6 million right there in leverage longs. But the shorts up here, yeah, there's almost 6 million right there in this pocket between 14.3 and 14.5. That's the battle. That's the battle. So what can we look at on the charts? Again, we look at the weekly and we look at Bitcoin, and there's the 50-week moving average in this blue line right here. And we're clearly a whole new red candle below it this week. So, yeah, I don't think we're going to have a green weekly candle. It's Friday night now, and it's deep in the red. So yeah, that pretty much says bear market, but it could be, like I said, it could be kind of a mini bear. A mini bear. Yeah. Because I think we could get a bounce still. I don't think we're done yet. I don't think this is going to keep like tanking down to 50K. There's just not that much leverage just sitting out there. The new ones keep coming in, but so did we bottom there at 80,888? 80,888. That kind of has a ring to it. I'm not holding my breath. That's for sure. Not holding my breath. That was this morning at like 7 o'clock. We were down there. This guy is clueless. Love it, buddy. And who the F are you? Who are you? Who are you? Doot, 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 doot. I really want to know. Thank you, Ron. Thank you very much. Yeah, that didn't take long. It's like, man, that guy's portfolio just must not be looking very good. The shorts are looking great. Let's go get them, Prince. Let's go get those shorts. Absolutely. Now, Dogecoin is back up over 14 cents. I hate to say that. It was in the 13s. It didn't fall below the April low. So we have that. But all the liquidity is above. If everyone is shorting, something has to give. Yeah, and that was a big part of my video this morning was absolutely that. It's like there's some more new long leverage, but the bigger ones are all the shorts up there. So what's the plan? A lot of us are just hodling through. We don't have fresh cash. We're not loading up right now. There's still fear of an overall bear market out there. So yeah, that is the crypto market is in kind of a tenuous position right now. I'm just hodling. That's my plan. I'm just hodling what I got. Same with my stupid stocks like Clean Core, just ridiculous. 26 cents. Or no, it got up to 31 cents. That's right. It did come up to 31 cents. But this morning it was like 26 cents. It was like, man, that's bad. Meggle down $1.20. It's like, yeah. Get the shorts. Biggest squeeze incoming. And we talk about the big short squeeze, and it really doesn't happen. It doesn't happen in crypto. But you never know. Yeah, we could zoom out on the 3-month on the liquidity heat map as well. I am the Michael Saylor of Doge. I bought every single day this week. Shaj, all right. The CSI Miami show is where you first heard of the Who. You know, those Miami shows, even back when Miami Vice, right, was a 1980s show, they always had good music. So CSI Miami having good music too, that's awesome. The lower we go, Gene says, the higher we could go up. I'm hearing from other channels that we could be at our lowest in December, and then, yeah, I nobody knows though, Gene. We could, right? We could. And I'm not making a brown box. I refuse to make a brown box. I don't want to get caught into a bunch of sideways trading below 14 cents. So I'm not making the brown box. I made an executive decision because, like, Well, it's my channel, my charts. I'm not making it. I'm looking to go back up into the red box. I hope we don't go that low. I don't want to go below 13 cents. Joe, you got some at 13.9? Yeah. Price not seen since April. Another round trip? Yeah, I'm going to round trip it again. I don't know. This market just totally got spooked on after October 10th. Totally spooked. So it could be different this time for sure. Hey, Raiden, we're crabbing down. Well, I hope we're crabbing up, actually. I want to see the crab action going up like this. That's what I want to see. Crab action up. Let's go. So everybody is shorting. Wouldn't the market makers go after them? But it's harder to. That's the problem, Elijah. It's harder for the market makers to get the price to go up. It's easier for them to drive the price down. In order for the prices to go up, we need some good news. We need a catalyst. We need something to spark this market to go up. And then the market makers will start buying a bunch of coins on chain to drive the price up. That's what they do. But yeah, extreme fear. Most oversold basically forever. Yep. That's what I was showing this morning. The MACD is at an all-time low on Bitcoin. All-time low. Can you imagine that? We made history this morning. That was bad. You're down, Frankie? Yeah, a lot of us are. I'm down on some. I'm down on Bonk big time. Down on Pepe. Down on Pengu. My Doge is still up overall, but yeah. How much does this hurt the ETF market? Yeah, without positive sentiment and without good news, why is anybody going to want to buy the ETFs? I mean, there's been mass selling of the Bitcoin ETF. Huge mass selling. Can we panic now? Oh, Doge is dead. Doge is going to zero. Come on. It doesn't go to zero. Danish. That doesn't happen. The history of crypto, unless you're in a stupid coin, right? A stupid token. The top ones are just going to go up higher eventually. So Doge monthly shows us a multi-year double cup and handle. We're in a second cup. I don't believe in cups and handles, especially on a monthly chart. Yeah, that really doesn't do anything. What if the cycle is just changed moving forward? We have a mini bear starting now. This could be maybe the perfect time for accumulation. Yeah, that's kind of, yesterday we were talking about that, and I was like, this could actually be like a mini bear market, and we could be higher in December. We could do that. William, you're buying a little bit into Chainlink. Chaos Boy, order filled, 14-cent Doge. One of those days for you, DB? Other than the market being down, hope everyone is having an awesome day. Thank you, Kronos. Keeping it real. Another day, the stock market closes, and then we start to go back up. I know, paper hands, those ETF buyers. paper hands. Yeah, I don't think the moving averages do that much, particularly with all this pain. But I mean, a lot of people believe in them. I'm just like, eh. I use them just as a reference more than anything else. But I don't think like if it touches it like this, like that's a big deal. No. Let's say we're in a bear market. Okay, Shaj, let's say that. What's the buying zone? You don't know how low it's going to go. Like this 13.3, 13.2 cents that we had this morning, that could be it. It might not go lower. Yes, Raiden. The October 10th flash crash is this cycle's black swan. With CZ in the lead, yes. The all-time low is the song of the day, John Bellion. I don't know that song, right? The MACD, moving average, I forget what it's called. You can just grok it. What does MACD mean in trading? MACD. Moving average convergence divergence. And never forget that. It's one of the most popular technical indicators. MACD shows the relationship between two exponential moving averages of a security's price. It helps traders identify momentum, trend direction, potential trend reversals, and overbought and oversold conditions. There you go. Just ask Grok. If this had happened in the summer, we'd all be okay with it. But yeah, because it was October, man, just threw the whole bull market, bull cycle in for a loop. Right. There wasn't any major news events. Now, some will say, oh, Trump putting 100% tariffs on China. What does that have to do with crypto? Answer me that. What does Trump putting 100% tariff on China have to do with crypto? Nothing. Diddly squat. Diddly squat. Will the end of the war in Ukraine help with crypto? I don't think so. Mamdani and Trump are talking now? Awesome. Trump has just called him bad names all along. So, I mean, the guy is just a left-leaning liberal, wants to give everyone everything for free. And now he's being told, well, we can't actually do that. We don't have the money for all of that. And he's like, oh, yeah. But he got elected, right? You think October 10th is the lowest Doge will go? That 9.5 cents? Yeah. On your exchange, leverage is banned. Hodling on the sideline. That's all you can do, right? Even if you had leverage, would you use it? Would you lose it, Aussie? Would you use leverage? I wouldn't. I don't. We have support at 13. Bitcoin looks like it wants to test 74K. When's the last time it was at 74? Oh, that's where it touched right there. April. So that is April. That's when Doge hit 13 cents. Bitcoin hit 74,500 on the dip. That's when it dipped below the 50-week moving average. So you draw that line across. Does that become a support line? Well, if you're thinking Doge at 13, then yep, that would be it for Bitcoin right there. I'll be buying Doge until we're all dancing at the Doge dollar party. Yeah. Not a good day to talk about the dollar Doge party. I know back in the summer, we were dreaming about the fall. Definitely. We were. ETFs will do well next year, not this year. Right. If the dollar keeps deflating, right, then prices will go higher, just naturally, at least to keep up with inflation. But alt season, and I never called an alt season. I thought we would have half an alt season. We haven't even had that, unless you call a year ago, right, after the Trump election, second week of November through the beginning of December. That was our alt season. Looks like that was it. It's all we get. Steven, everything on sale now? King of Kings, Christmas Miracle, Santa Rally. Jason scooping up some Doge. You got some at 13.7. Nice. Just trying to move up right now. That's the trend. Aloha, Duchess. A mini bear market. Yeah, Matt. Like a disrupted bull market that eventually resumes. Yes. Now, will it get back up to the heights that it was at? Will Bitcoin get back to 125, 126? That remains to be seen. No thoughts on crypto's R Us token. What's George doing? He already has the Clash token. Paper Hands Pax. You know it, Ryan. Paper Hands Pax. That's me. I dumped on you guys. Like my transactions had any significance on the market. No. What's going on with the markets? Yeah, you got to catch up. I had a lot of bangers, both videos and intros to live streams this week that all talked about what's going on in the market. So you got to catch up. Is it a bad time to ask about the profit-taking video? Yeah, I did say I was going to make that in October. I got sidetracked by something called a flash crash. Yeah, so it didn't happen. Too long didn't read? I don't do that. I can't do that. You got to know the reasoning behind it, and I have to go through it in detail. There isn't a TLDR, sorry. Does the fact that 80% of all the world's central banks are now in quantitative easing help us? But the prices are down. So no, it doesn't. Quantitative easing in the US is going to be till next year. McDonald's. When the Doge ETF comes out, should we expect prices up or down? It won't make a difference. It really won't. There'll probably be some buying, but I think overall market factors will have more influence than the Doge ETF. I want to be proven wrong, though, and I want to see Doge rocket upwards, but I'm not saying that. Yeah, Gappy. Doge actually held on fairly well, despite it trading in the 13s this morning. held on fairly well. I'll give it that. There were some others that tanked a lot more. It's a sudden crash, fear-driven bear since the 10th. Yep. And any positive catalyst we had took out a few shorts, and then the market makers just pushed it lower as we went from neutral to fear to extreme fear. And we've been sitting in extreme fear now for a couple weeks. That's bad. Doomvember rated. Doomvember. A decent ember? Decent ember? One year later. Are we even, Rich? A year from now? That is so far away. I can't even think of that. Trump agreed with Mamdani a bit. Mamdani didn't seem as bad as the news showed. Well, you just need to look at his policies and you'll see how bad it is. Double quarter pounder, please. Always comes back to McDonald's, not just burgers, but McDonald's. Ain't got time or money for leveraging. Draw a line from 73 to 82K. 70. I mean, yeah. Turn on our RSI. Oh, well, I mean, because I got too much stuff going on. Yep, lower on the RSI, higher on the price. Bullish divergence, is that what that is? The RSI is lower now than it was back on April 7th, but the price is higher than April 7th. Interesting. That's what it shows. Just sold it. Pax told me to sell on the green candles. Was there a green candle? I see red. You got to zoom out. You got to zoom out. Maybe the 4-hour chart? Yeah, those are just little recovery greens. December. That's what you want to see, Jason. Yeah, and I already answered his question, and he just keeps posting it. I don't get it. Hey, Con, how are you? The next 6 weeks should see the counter trend rally to 102. I agree with that. 102. I don't think we're going back to 125. But you never know. Do we want a God green candle while I'm live? Yes, I do want to see that again. X Money. X Money launches, I'm going live. As soon as news hits, I'll be live. I'm expecting the green candle then. It's my huge influence with millions of followers. I wish I had millions. Millions would be good. No, I just got you guys. We will do great things in the future. Thank you, William. Do you see what was going on at the Fed Reserve? Seems like all the members are all over the board. Yep, I did. And so was Polymarket, all over the board. It flipped back and forth this week. Now, 65% chance on Polymarket that there's going to be a 25 basis point rate cut. Can Doge run on its own? Yes, it can. It's just nothing going on right now. We're just waiting. I was a bear yesterday, and then I ate a Snickers. Now I'm a bull. I get happy. I know, it wasn't that long ago, Z-Man. 19-cent Doge, 24-cent, not that long ago. Well, that's the thing, May, right? Is like, what's the risk reward, right? Down here versus buying on all these dips, right? Well, there's more reward. Yep, it's the policies. Don't listen to what he says. Well, sometimes he does say some of those things, but look at his policies. Maybe Grayscale will bring the magnet, but you'll settle for the purple box. Ely, yes, we're in a bear market, but it could be a mini bear, right? Could be a mini bear, but yeah, we're in a bear. But it's not like a full year-long bear right now. We don't have confirmation of that. Guess we shouldn't have complained about that purple box so much. Well, but you know, that purple box did tell a story of what happened after October 10th. And that was the purpose of it, right? All of this trading up and down. I mean, that was almost a month of trading sideways while the traders were trying to figure out what was going on. And then the market makers took over and dumped and dumped and dumped and dumped and dumped and dumped some more. So it does tell a story. Gorinder, how you been? Ryan wants to apologize. What, were you giving it shit, Ryan? The purple box? If so, the purple box remembers. You sold your Phoenix. I don't even follow that. Sorry, purple box. We love you. X Money will launch at 2 a.m. Eastern time. I got to get up in the middle of the night. Really? Why did the stock market go up? Because some boob on Fed chair said that we should cut rates. That's all. That was it. Andrew Tate got wrecked on Bitcoin. Don't leverage trade. Just don't leverage trade. Then you don't get wrecked. You lose value, but if you leverage trade, you get liquidated. Yes, Gorinder, zone has been bad. Risk versus reward, hella worth it right now. Why do you keep saying pump when we keep dumping? When do I say pump? I said, if X Money launches, we could see a pump. That's it. I haven't said pump about anything else Dogecoin related or even crypto related in a month and a half. I haven't said the P word at all, except related to one specific potential catalyst. That's the pump eventually. But otherwise, I'm not talking about pump. I'm not saying it, and I haven't said it. Miner, where is it? Adding to zone? Nope. I'm just holding what I got. I'm not going to buy any more of that. Litecoin posted a new post mentioning Doge. I love that Litecoin account. Whoever it is that makes that Litecoin account is hilarious. That intern or whoever that is has got a great sense of humor. Oh, it is right there. People often ask me what the office banter between script merge mined coins like Dogecoin and I are like. Well, got any more of that up, dog? What's up, dog? That one is kind of lame-o. Yeah, kind of lame-o. The red circle of at the top of the purple box, that was the death cross. That was the death cross on the daily. I put all 21 million Bitcoin that I own into Doge. We should all be fine. Thank you, Black Wolf. Yeah, that should help. My magnet is still there. The magnet is still there. It's here. It's still up at 30 cents. Pump up the jam. Pump it up. Pump it up. Yeah. No pump. No Doge miner. What the hell's the world coming to? And the ElphaPex guy, he's like, no help. Oh, it's stuck in customs. For like a month? Really? You said I would have $1 billion by now. Did Fetch AI bottom? Did Fetch AI bottom? Man. 13 cents. Look at that. Fetch AI actually dropped to 12 cents and now is all the way back up to 29. Well, that was, I'm on the weekly. That was the flash crash. It never actually went lower than the flash crash. That just means there was no liquidity there. This little crash here went to 26, now at 29. But yeah, that October 10th, that was bad for Fetch. Yeah, I'm not buying that. If I keep saying pump, I'll eventually be right. I'll eventually be right. Look at ETH Classic is in the green today. ETH Classic. It's like the only one on my watch list. Oh, and Bitcoin Dominance came up to 59. But stock market ended in the green. S&P 500, Dow Jones, NASDAQ. Little pullback right at the end of this trading session, but couldn't help clean core. Couldn't help it. Bugs Bunny-ish, yeah. A friend of mine predicted with very high accuracy this end-of-year bear market a few months ago. Made a lot of money with the short. He says there will be a huge altcoin season in February, and that's when he's going to lose it all because he's going to do a leverage long and he's going to get liquidated. That's just how it goes. I hope he doesn't do that. Keep your profits. It'll be a green box up there when we reach the magnet rating. It'll be a green box. But I only make the boxes when I think it's going to trade sideways. That's what the boxes were about. But green box, okay. The magnet is a little weak right now. Yes. Yeah, DB. What about that prediction? 28-cent Doge by December 1st. We got 10 days. 10 days. What do you think? Buy the Pepe. Man, Pepe. Oh, man. Pepe. 4-1. 4-1. That was bad. Got as low as 402, almost in the threes. That was close. Yeah. Long ways to go. I'm still holding mine. I did buy a little. Andrew Tate, clown. Yes, agreed. Need a steel box. So the magnet is more effective. I did not sell any crypto today. Nope. Why would I sell? You know my strategy. I sell on the big green candles or if I think it's over. It's not over. We didn't have big green candles. Subrat, maybe we hit the lows today, this morning. Stickman, your marriage lasted 10 days so far? Or that's all it was? You leave us hanging there. Yeah, Ryan likes that 28-cent thing, DB, because he's got more Doge now. A gold box up at $1? I like that idea. Gold box. Yeah, bad timing on the ETF launch. We thought, wow, that ETF is going to launch like right in the middle of October. It's going to be Uptober. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, that didn't really work out. That did not work out. The good thing about being down this much is I don't have to think about whether or not to sell. Just holding. Yep. We're closer to the bottom than we are at the top. Andrew thinks we're rolling over. So buy. Buy. BCH is in the green. You think so, Shaj? I don't have that as a favorite. I don't really follow it. Which one do I use? That one. Up 11%. Well, if you look at that, why did Bitcoin Cash go on a run today? The only ones making money are market makers. Some shorts are making money along with the market makers. Some shorts are. World Liberty Finance. What? Haven't looked at this one in a long time. Up 7%. It dipped bad though. It's just back up where it was here yesterday. What is Oasis? Oh, Rose, yeah. Hasn't dropped? Yeah, it has. There's a drop. It did go on a run, yes, early November, but it's been pulling back since. I wouldn't trust this thing. Still much down from where it was on October 7th, October 8th, October 9th, before the big flash crash. Yeah, it's not good. It had this little pump here. When was that? The 6th, 7th? It was like 2 weeks ago. And it's just selling it all back down. So yeah, that's not great. I used to own this. One of them that I owned for the big alt season that never really came. Dogecoin back below 14 cents. Don't like that. Bro said 6.7. 6.7. Oh no. 6.7. The 6th or the 7th. I had the in there. 6th. Oh, the BCH hasn't dropped. Yeah, because Oasis certainly did. Yeah, it kind of just been chopping around. Still lower than it was first week of December last year, but we would like Dogecoin to be that close to where it was last December as well, and it's not. Yeah, this was a nice run from the April low for Bitcoin Cash. 140% run. That's pretty good. But Doge's was good as well. From the April low up. Yeah, 132%. It's just that Doge gave it all back and Bitcoin Cash didn't. That's the difference. Bitcoin Cash didn't give it all back and Doge did. We ain't scared. We prepared. All my son says is he's 6, comes home from school, hand gestures. Oh God. Yeah, what's going on with autocorrect? You gotta win the game there, Andrew. You gotta win the game over the computer. Don't let the bots win. Cable guy. Yeah, seems like a good time to buy. Back in the 13s. Will we go lower? What's Bitcoin doing? I don't trust it. The smelly one, Max? Yeah, this coin, brutal. 21 cents. Wow. This is one of the most brutal charts. That is just a monstrosity of a drop here. And that's just from what, July 25th to now? Down 90%. Just about. On the dip, it was like 87, 88%. Wow. That's bad. Fart coin. People were saying, hey, I'm going to buy a crap load if it goes under $1. Well, it did. This line, the yellow line was 95 cents. We were tracking it here back in August. Oh, if it dips a little lower, I'm going to buy more. Man, did it dip. But it was slow over time, just pound, pummel, pound. 21 cents. That's not good. Lost all its gas. Yeah, SWE as well. We looked at that yesterday. Hey, DB. Heading to dinner? Duchess, I've started a new trend for chat. I hope everyone will do it when they see you live. Click like what number? Me, number 3 like. I hope that becomes a thing. You're the number 3 like? What are we at now on the like side of things? 48? That's pretty weak. 48 likes. Buying ETH and Bitcoin Cash at their bottoms next year. You like those? Rolling over, no volume for Doge. Yeah, volume's ticking down. Not good. No volume. John, time to sell, do your tax harvesting, and then buy XRP. XRP, $1.93. It's under $2. This morning it dipped down to $1.82. Wow. XRP. Yeah, the fart coin is one of those that could go to zero. Ah, Shaj, I like your rumor. Rumor alert. That would be quite a thing to happen on a Saturday, Shaj, if that happened. I would be live. Yes. Thank you. It's now Shartcoin. Give those likes. Yeah, so the 4-year cycle ended up being 3 years and 11 months for Bitcoin. Bitcoin hit an all-time high on October 6th. So 3 years, 11 months, which is what the cycle before was for Bitcoin. 3 years, 11 months. So that means September 2029 is our next Bitcoin all-time high for the cycle. Will be September 2029 because it's a 3-year, 11-month cycle for Bitcoin. Doge's ends up being something in between, as we saw last December. December 2024 was the high for this cycle. XRP to 100. Yes, Campo. I would hodl for that. Yeah, no. Danny, 10-cent Sunday. Avalanche. I haven't heard any specific news going on about Avalanche. $13. It's kind of following the market. Doesn't really do much on its own. It had its purple box and it just fell out. I didn't make a red box for it. I was going to make a red box for all cryptos. Just it was in that sideways trading and then dip lower. So just kind of following what everything else is doing. Fartcoin leaving a state. The Trump. Yeah, we can look at that. Down 6%. Wow, last night it had a big dip. All the way down to 566. Big wick down on the Trump token. Manipulation, you think? Me think so. Me think so. Yeah, this is not great. Now, Trump token did trade out of its purple box higher, but now it's back at a price even with where it was, purple box. Yeah, but it was just getting pummeled earlier. That would have been a good time to sell when it came up to like 950 right there. It's about a week and a half ago. I don't really follow the Trump token anymore. Sold mine, took my L, moved on. X money will impact Doge prices. Yes. And Elijah, only ask your question once, please. Do not spam the chat with multiple of the same question, okay? Thank you. Yeah, Christian, I think it's a mini bear. I don't think it's the big daddy. That's just what I'm thinking. You'll be able to go pretty soon, Joanna, because I'm not going to be on that long today. All right. Not able to be on too long. Had a busy afternoon and I got a lot to catch up on. So that's why I started late. In 2029, I'll be old enough to give away all my earnings to a younger woman. I haven't even had time to look and see what's for dinner tonight. Thank you, Goose. This was a crazy week, wasn't it? Tough week. BTC dropping too fast for the full bear. I mean, it went down pretty quickly. 33% drop in 45 days. That's not good. At least that's what I remember this being. 45 days. At the bottom, 35%. 35% in 45 days. Look at that, just straight down. That just doesn't happen randomly. Bitcoin, that doesn't happen randomly. Am I a practicing architect? Yes, I am. I am. Had a busy day today. Usually takes a full year to reach the bottom. Yes, it does. Which is why I'm thinking this is a mini bear. It's not a full bear. Can you imagine this just continued on for like 9-10 more months? No. Face melting pump, Grumpy Garlic. Oh no, my face is melting. Manipulation, come on, up. Yes, get the shorts. Get the shorts. The most ironic outcome would be that this is all a well thought out bear trap. It's going to be a lot of work, though. We need big news for the price to go up big. And we don't have it now. Don't get booted. I like that. Impossible to go back up. It seems like it right now. But I'll take some slow and steady gains over continual drops. So if we could just start that, please, that would be great. I don't need to melt faces, just, just some slow and steady upward movement. I would take that. Yeah, William, 2025, we'll look back on this year in crypto and go, what happened? It didn't play out like anybody predicted. Not at all. Yeah. All right, gang. I do have to run. Hey, thanks for coming in on a Friday. No live stream Saturday again. I'll be live on Sunday. We'll be a little later on Sunday. So we'll catch up on what happened over the weekend. I'll still put a video out this weekend, probably Saturday. So I will do that. I still will do that. Yeah, we'll see. With low volume over the weekend, are the market makers going to do shady things? Yeah, probably. Probably. But we'll see how it goes. I hope everyone has a great Friday night. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.